Alright, we are live for week 4 game day here. A rematch of the bowl game last year between the reigning Sunbelt champion Georgia Southern and the reigning MAC champions Buffalo Bulls. Great rematch coming in. Let me know if you can hear me, heads or tails. Once again, this is the SFA. If you're new here, you're just checking us out on YouTube. This is an online dynasty ran entirely through Discord. You can set depth charts, playbooks, recruit, and then also do other stuff like fantasy football, stream predictions, March Madness pools, all that kind of stuff for rewards. If you want to join, click the link in this description to the Discord, and we have a full thing of videos on our YouTube that tell you what's going on. If you do watch live, this is an affiliated Twitch channel, which means there are unfortunately some ads. But if you just use your free Twitch Prime when you link with an Amazon Prime account, then you get to watch it for free. Any revenue made through the streams or anything for the server will be put into buying someone who actually wins a national championship a real life trophy that I'll send to your house. I went a little different with the game day overlay here today. This is my interpretation of the Buffalo Bulls winning their MAC championship last year. Obviously, probably not the MAC championship because I doubt they'd actually win. It's probably a bowl game. But yeah, I like what I did with the logos and the like triangles or whatever in the bottom corners. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, Zach says he can hear me. Wonderful. All right, so as always on a game day stream, we're going to go over rosters first. We're going to start with the visitors, the reigning Sun Belt champions. And we start out with Josh Johnson, who last season was on the San Diego State Aztecs, but he got tampered away, basically saving this season for Georgia Southern. He didn't have any recruits coming in from the server. He got, he felt shafted on a few, but he still got Tier 5 tamper and was able to get a quarterback who has been popping off this season. 500 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and then on the ground, only 80 yards rushing. We'll probably see him rush a lot more today. At running back, Justin Parker is hurt, so it's going to be Cody Freeman, AJ Everett, 92 speed though, so despite that 64 overall, they probably can still do a lot. At wide receiver, you got Derwin Burgess, you got Joseph Lewis, who is actually an SFA player. A lot of people don't know that from Season 7. He also has J.J. Young, and then Sammy Watkins, who is an SFA player. And oddly enough, this is a guy who's been picked in fantasy a ton this season, and he really hasn't done anything. So we'll see if he does anything here today. At tight end, you got Dan McBride and Harrison Hamsley, who is hurt. So McBride will be the starter. This line is definitely not going to be the best this game day. Obviously, these overalls are going to be a little bit lower because we are in the group of 5. You got Miles Winslow, but you got Kyle Brookins, the freshman All-American SFA edge rusher. We're going to see if he can raise havoc in that Buffalo backfield. And then SFA players in the middle, Josh Gumbo, the senior, along with Robbie Tyson. At left outside linebacker, middle linebacker, Eldrick Robertson. Right outside linebacker, Alum Holmes. Then you got Josh Trice, Danny Blake, Alex Doty. So not that great of a corner class. That's where I'm kind of scared for this team. But on the back end, they do have Brooks Clint, the SFA player, good speed, and Tyrell Davis. So these guys, and Co Simpson, who will probably play a lot today. So we're probably going to see the over the top taken away, but a lot of these drag and corner routes are going to be wide open. Kicker, let's take a look, see how it's going to impact the game. 82 kick power is actually pretty good, but watch out for that accuracy. All right, so there is Georgia Southern, and then we're going to take a look at Buffalo, which could very well push ECU for the auto bid this season. Behind the arm of this man, Arch Manning, a monster. Bad freshman year, but a really good senior year. They only played 1 game, and he only had a touchdown. So we're going to really see what happens with him. Backup is Jason Garza. At running back, Abdus Salam does not play. It is Apollo Ames is the starter. Then this And this is a game where they have Ty Schultz. Last season they did not have him in the bowl game where Georgia Southern won. So Ty Schultz, their #1 receiver, is back. Randall L will be in the slot, and then you got Calvin Tyrell at tight end, I believe, and Eric Decker as well will be playing, as well as Gassett. This is a very, very deep wide receiver core for a G5 team. And then at tight end, you have Graham Roth, who is a transfer from Ohio State. So big pickup for them. And then on the line, they have a few good linemen. BJ Stabler, as you see on that bottom line ad, he has a Staples partnership. And then at right tackle, the freshman Cam Pringle, 6'7". Michael Morris on the other side. He had a bad sophomore year after a Team of the Year performance, so we'll see if he can get back. And then John Elevate, their best interior lineman, did get hurt. He will not play. So you got Floyd Dozier and Daryl Clark. Linebacker, freshman Ray McNeil. Jerron Salas and Patrick Carey, obviously. And remember, this is your depth charts are set to how you wanted it. This is just the edit roster part. And then on the outside, they as well don't really have that deep of a cornerback class. You got Andrew Jordan, George Jordan, the SFA player, Derek Hand, Pat Robinson, Joe James, and then they have dual SFA players on the back end, Eddie Piper, as well as Barney Fish, the ball hawk, reigning Team of the Year player. Finally, Brad Means. Let's see his kick power. Did not mean to go into here. He has 64 kick power, so Coco has a huge advantage there. All right, so Pinstripe, if you're here, let me know what jerseys you want to wear. You are at home, so you get the you get priority. Oh, the punter's kicker. All right. Gotcha. All right, Pinstripe, what do you want? All right. Who wins? Remember, the Bobanaz is, there's no spreads or anything. Do you want J-Sow to win, or do you think Buffalo will win? We got 2 minutes on this here while I go through the jerseys. Overall wise, it is very close, but you see that tick for offense is heavily in the Buffalo Bulls' favor. I think for J-Sow to win this game, Josh Johnson has to have an amazing performance. Or Arch Manning needs to have a horrific performance, which both could be very true. So, all right, so he wants all blue. I'm going to make... Bro, you can't have blue socks. That's such an L. All right, we're going to have blue. And then, come on, give me blue gloves. Oh, my God. All right, well. Georgia Southern, Georgia Southern, are you okay going with the white helmet over the navy helmet so it's all white versus all blue? Or do you want to keep your navy helmet? So I like this one, but I'm going to give it up to Coco if he's watching because we still have a full minute of the prediction. All right, there you go. Some channel points coming in now. He wants the navy helmet. Man does not like going against tradition. This is a like. How does a team like Georgia Southern only have 2 jerseys? Because it's like it's not like Alabama where it's like such a historic thing, you know? Like I think as you go down to G5, you'd get more fun ones. Buffalo as well, I don't think has many fun ones. I think they just have a gray set as well. Fist bump. I don't know who Rosie Palm is. Remember, if your name isn't your Discord name, I oftentimes don't remember who you are. But yeah, fist bump, man. All right, so I think a lot of the money went on Buffalo. But as always, it's CPU versus CPU, 9 minutes. I can't impact the coin toss. So here we go. Week 4 game day. And we are off. Hype, hype, hype. I think this game day is going to end right around where with the Elite Eight game, so hopefully we'll get to see I'll be able to tune in for like the last minute or two of a good game. All right, so we got a night and we got the rain. I think that probably helps Georgia Southern. Limits the throwing for Arch Manning. I don't know, we'll see. One of the weirdest stadiums in all of college football. And unfortunately, it looks like we got a black hole glitch. But it's for the track, not the football field. So we'll see. We'll see how that impacts the game. Blue square may be coming out to play today. Actually, it may just be black. Arch Manning. Can the Buffalo Bulls repeat in the MAC? Obviously, a lot of hype surrounding Central Michigan early, so here we go, UB Stadium. We are hyped here for game. This is the first time ever Georgia Southern is on game day, I do believe. And they will kick off to start. So we're going to get to see Arch Manning first today. Oh, good. It won't impact just the general game, it looks like. Ooh, that does not look good. All right, Antoine Randall, though, and he already is on the run. Antoine Randall on his first kick return up to the 48. So Arch Manning coming in now. This is a very good offense. Will they live up to their potential? First play of the game, Arch Manning, he is going to throw it. He takes off on the first play. Already going a little risky there, not sliding in the rain. We'll see if carrying becomes a problem today. 2nd and 3, already in opposing territory. Calvin Tyrell moved out to the outside after with the addition of Graham Roth. And there's Apollo Ames. This man historically goes off on game days despite a low overall. So good drive already starting out. 2 tight ends set now. Hands it off Apollo, and he gets met in the middle. And Robbie Tyson is definitely does not look like a defensive lineman. Definitely an undersized guy there in the middle at the defensive line. We'll see how that works. 2nd and 8. They've still yet to throw it. You got Apollo Ames on the outside. A nice block there by the receiver. Apollo Ames for 17. Buffalo threatening the red zone here on the opening drive. Shotgun set. Hands it off again. And this time Apollo Ames, he breaks one, but he can't break another. A big play there by Josh Trice cleaning it up. It looks like that was Kyle Brookins on the tackle. I don't know if Kyle Brookins, which side he's on, so I'm just going to assume that was him to start. All right, now we got split back set here. Arch, he's taken off again. He's still yet to throw a pass, but he's going to get to the first down marker, 14 yards. You got to run a spy. We know Arch Manning has some wheels. We've seen him devastate Toledo a couple of times using them. Back to the split set. Randall L in the slot. 1st and goal. Manning, his first throw of the game. He's going to loft it, and it's overthrown. Antoine Randall L had a step on Brooks Clint. Oh my, an overthrow here on his first throw of the game. Back to the split set, 2nd and goal. They hand it off, and that's Zahir Abdus-Salam. He gets 2, so a 3rd and goal now. Georgia Southern trying to get an early stop to limit them to 3. Apollo Ames in motion. He's going to jump throw that to Apollo. Can he get there? No, he does not. Georgia Southern with a goal line stand here on the opening possession. What a stop for Georgia Southern. And that's going to bring out the field goal team. So it looked like it was going to be a poor start for Georgia Southern. Turned into a momentum builder. So the kick is up. And Buffalo takes a 3-point lead. As we get a check in here, Duke just narrowly losing to Clemson. Duke lost to this Georgia Southern team by 1 point last week. So tough start to the year for them. Clemson 2-0. All right, 3-0 for Buffalo. Now we get to see Josh Johnson and company coming out for the first drive of the game. Nice little return here, though. Big hole. Sammy Watkins for 34. So 2 good returns either side. So our first time seeing Josh Johnson in his new threads tampered away. Obviously wearing his iconic 69 at quarterback. And he's sacked on the first drop back of the game. And that is Matt Allen, the 5-star freshman. Immediately making an impact. All right, so now already behind the sticks here off that first play. Josh Johnson again. He's taken off and he's sacked once more. Josh Johnson sacked twice, this time by the backup defensive lineman getting the start, Floyd Dozier. Just a beautiful swing move, and he meets Josh Johnson on the edge. 3rd and 22 to start it out here for Georgia Southern in the rain. Not a good start for Josh Johnson. Third and 22. Man in motion. He's throwing it deep. He does have a man, but that's not even going to be close. Joseph Lewis couldn't stay in bounds, and it's going to be a 3-and-out for Georgia Southern. No, they're going to review this, but it doesn't really even matter other than for probably some field position. Did Joseph Lewis get a foot in? It looks like he did. That is a catch in the NFL. Not sure why we're reviewing this. I'm sure they didn't put the highest quality crew out on this G5 game on a rainy Saturday night. So play stands. Punt team comes out. They do punt it here. Antoine Randall now. See if he can get a nice little return going. All right, so Buffalo, they were moving the ball, but then all of a sudden they got skunked. See if Arch can start throwing it a little bit. We haven't seen Ty Schultz or Calvin Tyrell get a target yet. There he is, Calvin Tyrell on the catch. The massive receiver was the tight end last year, moved out to wide receiver. An in-game recruit that decided to go to Buffalo, an SFA player. Handed off here, Apollo Ames once again getting met. And if Georgia Southern can limit Apollo Ames, he's kind of their cheat code in these game days. Because he keeps him ahead of the sticks, allows Arch Manning to kind of operate as he pleases. If they can stop Apollo Ames and get him into these uncomfortable downs, Arch Manning isn't going to typically succeed. And now they're going the other way now to Abdus Salam. 3rd and 14. So exactly what I'm talking about. A very nice stop. As you can see, these linemen are just a little bit too slow on these outside runs to get to the second level. So 3rd down, they're already 0 for 1. Watch that matchup at the top of your screen. Calvin Tyrell one-on-one with the corner. They're just going to do a halfback draw on 3rd down. What a weenie move there. And Buffalo's going to go 3-and-out. After a nice Calvin Tyrell catch. So not much offense here to start. All right, let's see if Georgia Southern can get something cooking that isn't sacks. All right, so they're going to hand it off. A lot of room on this right side, and he gets the corner, and he's going. Can Eddie Piper stop him? He does. Sammy Watkins on the rush. Sammy Watkins took that for 42. I'm not sure why Sammy Watkins was lining up back there, but there we go. Sammy Watkins with a huge play. So interesting. So, Coco, it looks like, if I'm correct here, is that you had your running back, right? He got hurt last week. The automatic backup apparently was Sammy Watkins. So, Sammy Watkins might actually play a big factor here. All right, so this could be interesting. Sammy Watkins has been a lifetime backup at Georgia Southern since we imported him over from the Sim matchup days. And they fake the handoff. They dump that off, and it's incomplete. Oh, the tight end, Patrick Carey, met him and forces the incompletion, 4th down. And they're going for it here early. All right, so we're inside the 30. We're getting a little crazy early here. Try to take a sip of my drink, but Josh Johnson over the middle, and he connects. No, it's knocked out. What a play by the linebacker, Salas. He knocks it out, and Buffalo's going to take over early. It looked like a surefire conversion. Pinstripe is loving it. All right, Buffalo back. And then we got Arch taken off. He gets some room now, and he slides. Now we're definitely getting into some fun now. Teams are kind of going back and forth. All the momentum's, though, with Buffalo still. As Antoine gets a catch here, 4 yards. Randall definitely has been all right as a wide receiver. He came into the SFA as a track star, deep threat, and we really haven't ever seen Arch Manning utilize that on game day. So it'll be interesting to see if he does utilize it today. As they dump that off, and there's Calvin Tyrell once again. Big body receiver. And don't forget number 88, Ty Schultz on the other side, coming off of a broken fibula. And yamming it deep, wide open man, Calvin Tyrell, touchdown, Buffalo, 52 yards, take a 2-score lead. Oh, baby, Georgia Southern in a hole early. I mean, it's hard not to cook when the guy has like a 20-yard gap on you. I mean, that was tough for that corner because you had Antoine Randall cutting off on the corner, so he had to bite on it, and then obviously he threw it over his head. Just, you know, one of those plays. That 4th down conversion was so tough, man. He had it, and then he got the animation where he knocks it out. All right, Georgia Southern down early. A little adversity that they're facing. That's all right. We'll see if Josh Johnson, they were starting to cook on that last drive. They're going to throw a screen, and that's not going to work. Derwin Burgess. George Jordan on the tackle, the SFA player. Was a joke. Now as a senior, he is a starter. Makes a nice play there. Definitely an early advantage for the home team in Buffalo. Southern runs some hitch routes. They finally connect. J.J. Young for 7. He dropped that pass, I believe, on the last drive. All right, you need a conversion here. You just got to get something going. Don't punt the ball right back. Josh Johnson has some time, and he connects. No, they call it incomplete. And they're not even going to review it. That man's feet were out. So Josh Johnson led him a little too far there. So Buffalo has a chance to blow this game day wide open. Antoine finds some room, gets smoked. Once again, good field position. All right, what is Buffalo going to do on this drive? Arch. He's jamming it deep again, and this time it's intercepted. He was aiming for Ty Schultz. He didn't loft that one. He threw a laser. And Brooks Clint, the SFA player, the best player on this roster, comes up with a massive pick. Hopefully that swings the momentum here for Georgia Southern so that they can stay in this. A massive interception there. Josh Johnson floats that one. He finds Derwin. 14 yards. All right, so does that Arch Manning interception here, is that going to spark something for the Eagles? Sammy Watkins now, and he gets smoked. And that's Michael Morse, former Team of the Year defensive end. So I like how they're incorporating Sammy Watkins, because very low overall defensive or running backs, backups at least. So might as well give the receivers some time, right? And another nice run here. Sammy gets a first down, 14 yards. If somebody looked into getting a Sammy Watkins RB1 at the wide receiver slot, you are happy as a clam right now. They hand it back off to Sammy. And he's actually cooking. So after one, it's been all Buffalo, but Georgia Southern is showing life. They aren't backing down. Plenty of time left. I mean, just look at BearCave. We had Rutgers mount a 17-point comeback. All right. Georgia Southern hands it off. And -3 yards. Those outside runs aren't going to work all that much when you have a low overall line, and especially against Patrick Carey. 0 for 3 on third down today. Definitely probably a 2-down territory, though, here. Johnson. And that's another incompletion. So Georgia Southern, they're trying to dink it and dunk it, but they just haven't been able to connect. And they're punting it. Fake it. Come on. Fake, fake, fake. Damn it. So the interception isn't going to matter here. And they're coming out split backs now. See how Arch responds after throwing an interception. They hand it off Apollo. He gets brought down the backfield. Miles Winslow on the tackle. They can run the same play. No, they fake it. And that faked me as well. And they find Antoine Randall for a first down. So I like the hurry up into the same, virtually the same play. Faked everyone out. All right, now they hand it off to Abdus, and Brooks Clint comes down and makes a play. Safety playing very well here early. All right, 2nd and 11. Oh, a safety blitz, and oh, they tried to knock it away, and Tyrell's all alone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Almost a sack, almost a pick, ends up as a touchdown. 17-0 Buffalo. What nice blocking from the defenders there. Or from the receivers once they saw he caught it. So a early lead here for Buffalo. Oh, and a fumble! Sammy Watkins drops it, and this drive is going to start inside the 10. How can this get worse for Georgia Southern? Answer, it cannot. 17-0 on the road in the rain, inside your own 10. They need something to happen here. Josh Johnson, and he throws that, and it's almost picked. Oh, my God. Almost a safety, almost a pick. They need to settle down. Coco needs to talk to him on the sideline. Something, man. All right, Sammy, he's cooking now. 17 yards, got him out of the end zone. I'm loving these runs from Sammy. The blocking's great. I mean, they need Josh Johnson to settle in and start completing some of these passes over the middle. All right, Josh Johnson now, tight end in motion. They are going to throw this one. No, he takes off up the middle, and he's met. And they call it a sack once again. This time it's Chris King. I thought he had a little bit of room there. They've been able to move the ball when they run. Just run some read option or something. Sammy Watkins has been popping off. 2nd and 12. Here you go, running it again. He falls forward, a nice 5-yard gain. Oh for 4 on 3rd down here in the first half. Safety blitz incoming, and they fire in, now a big play. Joseph Lewis for 23. That's what they needed. They picked up the blitz, found the man over the middle, and he started running. And who would have seen? Nobody picked Calvin Tyrell for fantasy, but 2 long touchdowns for Calvin Tyrell and not Antoine Randall. What the hell? All right, hands it off. Sammy, can he get to the outside? Patrick Carey once again. Patrick Carey is a menace. Not an SFA player, oddly enough. One of the original roster guys, redshirt senior. And we come out empty again. They're loving these empty looks. They fake the QB draw. Plenty of time, but Johnson takes off anyways. He gets some room on the right side, and he gets 7. Johnson ran a heavy run offense last season with San Diego State. While he doesn't have a great top-end speed, he does have some decent agility and ability to run the football. Man in motion again, 3rd and 3. They really need this. They're going to hand it off to Sammy Watkins, and he easily gets it up the middle. Georgia Southern is desperate for points. Sammy Watkins almost to 100 yards now in the first half alone. They're running some quick option. Josh Johnson keeps it. He stiffies a man, and he only gets 0. Patrick Carey and Jerron Salas. All right, Josh Johnson now, 2nd and 10, and a risky throw out of the backfield, but Sammy catches it for 4. 6 for 11 for 61, but 2 third down conversions already this drive. Can they continue? Got to find a way to attack these guys. The blitz comes. He gets that out. Derwin, and it's 4th and 2 again. Definitely a place where they're going to go for it. Inside the 30, down 3 scores. What is the call? They did not get it last time. Quick option, Josh Johnson, and he gets it. He gets smoked. Eddie Piper almost killed him. Shades of John Elway in the Super Bowl, but this is a much lower of a level of importance. The helicopter first down. The drive continues. Sammy Watkins reverses field and gets one. Georgia Southern now, 2nd and 9. And he connects, triple coverage. J.J. Young inside the 10. He finally is able to hold on to one. All right, so this drive, while it's been long, it's been effective. That's what she said. Remember my rule, Pinhead. If you don't keep the game within 3 scores, then I got to start creating entertainment myself in the commentating booth, and you do not want that. 1st and goal. Sammy Watkins up the middle. And he gets a couple. 2nd and goal now. That's true. Game day for a G5 program. Sheesh. All right. 2nd and goal. Josh Johnson. Sammy Watkins. Quick option. He gets the pitch. Sammy Watkins touchdown. Georgia Southern has life. Bro, I'm loving this Sammy Watkins at running back. Coco, you might need to make him a permanent starter considering your other running back's like a 60 overall. We know how this game ends. Alabama just eating up Georgia after they lose 2 terrible games. Remember, guys, game day is wacko. This game is not over. Antoine Randall, though. All right, plenty of time here. 2 long touchdowns here in a row. Plenty of time for Buffalo to cook, but also plenty of time for Georgia State to get back in this before half. And they'll get the ball after half, but Arch keeps it. That's 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Trips left. They hand it off to Ames up the middle, and he goes down. The corner came in to help. You love it when you get some nice run defense out of your corners. So a big 3rd and 4 now. What is the call for Buffalo? He throws the drag route wide open, man. Eric Decker, his first ever catch on a game day or BearCave broadcast. The redshirt freshman. Hands it off Apollo Ames, brought down for 3. I gotta say, outside the first drive, we really haven't seen a typical Ames pop-off. Normally, he's good for a couple 30-yarders. As Arch now has to keep it, he fumbles the ball, and Georgia Southern picks it up. Arch Manning puts the ball on the ground, and Georgia Southern's back in business. Buffalo's possessions have gone deep touchdown to Tyrell, interception, deep touchdown to Tyrell, fumble. This is the opportunity of a lifetime now for Georgia Southern. They get it to Sammy Watkins. He has some room. Barney Fish brings him down, 10-yard gain. This game is heating up. Pinhead shivering in his boots. 2nd and inches. Plenty of time to operate the offense here. Josh Johnson over the middle, wide open, man. That's going to be Derwin Burgess for 13. Thank you, Hart, for the subscription. We love you. Huge win for Harps today. First career win. I think you had the longest winless streak for a new coach outside of Flame, oddly enough, when he first took over Baylor in season 3 or season 2. So that is hype. UCLA on the rise. As now Georgia Southern's inside the 30. Johnson has some time. He does take off. Can we see him run? He cuts inside. Gets hit by 3 inside the 15. They call a timeout. A minute left inside the 15. Timeout left in case things get a little hairy. 1st and 10. Momentum on their side. He connects with Derwin. There are more emojis coming for those that sub. I don't know why Twitch, it's been like 3 weeks. They still haven't approved my new emotes. They're nothing crazy either, so I don't know. But 2nd and 5. Johnson. And he has no... Wait, he breaks the tackle. No, he gets sacked by his own lineman. But they give it to Chris King. I thought he was going to take off. Then I thought he was going to throw it. 3rd and 8 now. He takes off again. Josh Johnson sacked 2 plays in a row. This time, Floyd Dozier. All right. So, decision time now. Are they going to bring out the field goal kicker? Yes, they are. So, this should be makeable. 33 yards. Decent. He does have decent kick power. And wait a second. Uh-oh. A false start. Oh, boy. A mental error now from the kicking unit. And this is going to back it up now to a 38-yarder. Okay, so it doesn't kick him out of field goal range, but it definitely makes it a little harder. To get within 1 score, the kick is up, and it's good. So the false start did not end up hurting them. A nice kick just inside that right upright. That was a little bit hairy there for a second. 13 seconds left here in the half. And Antoine stopped. So 17-0. Only a couple of minutes ago for Buffalo. Now they're only up 1 score. And they're not getting the ball after halftime. So this, all of a sudden, we got a big game going. Last play of the half, though, they're coming out in some weird full house sort of formation. And they are not going to call a timeout. So as we reach halftime here in Buffalo, Buffalo leads 17-10. But Georgia Southern's on the rise. All right, obviously, guys, halftime ads. Some of your Hall of Fame ballots have not been submitted. They are due week 6. I reminded everybody this week. Got a few more submissions. We'll remind you again next week. But once again, a reminder, get those into me, please. Next up, we have, obviously, anytime Buffalo's on stream, I got to plug Latina Juice. It's the #1 recommended PED by 9 out of 10 SFA players. That one SFA player is Josh Gamara, and obviously he's going to fumble or throw away a game, so you really can't trust him. You know, you can get Latina Juice from either me or Matt Barkley. Just hit us in the DMs, and we'll hook your team up. All right, so as we head into the second half here, just such a weird back and forth game day so far. But I thought this was going to be a blowout for a second. I'm super hyped that Coco's rallied the troops and gotten them back in this. So, all right. Sammy Watkins now on the returner. He's been a do-it-all man today. I mean, it was not a good start, and there continues to be some offensive lapse by your team. But they started catching the ball. If you can just limit the negative plays from these sacks, 5 sacks in that first half can't happen. So if we can just limit those, just run it a little more with Sammy Watkins, they'll have a chance. So Georgia Southern gets the ball. They have a chance to tie this up. And Josh Johnson, he breaks one, he cuts inside, and he somehow gets 3 out of it. Oh my, a little extracurriculars going on there. Salas pushed him down as he was getting up. Josh Johnson is not phased. He's faced the mighty Mountain West before. He's used to big-time competition. I can't even say that with a straight face. Teams like Nevada and New Mexico. 3rd and inches. You gotta get this. They're gonna just hand it off to Sammy up the middle, and he gets a nice push. That is definitely Buffalo missing John Elevate. John Elevate, the big run stuffer in the middle. They're definitely hurting there with these Sammy Watkins runs up the middle. All right. He's yamming it to the corner. That's Joseph Lewis, the SFA wide receiver for 20. All right, so Joseph Lewis finding some separation there. Andrew Jordan on the coverage. He shook him out of his shoes. Obviously, we all know the CPU just loves that corner route. That outside post, whatever you want to call it. But Buffalo has no momentum right now. As he throws it deep in the middle. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. J.J. Young splits the safeties, and we got a tie ball game. What a comeback so far. Barney Fish gets fucking smoked. Barney Fish, the ball hawk. Only thing he was hawking there was his... I don't even know what to say. He had his dick in his hand. I don't know what to call it. But J-Sal is back. We got a tie game. Dude, I can't wait for Alright, so it appears Pinstripe's not watching live. Do not spoil it in the server, please. He will get salty regardless of the outcome. Let him watch it because I can't wait for him to be up 17-0 and be like, ha, suck it, Coco, and then this happens. And he knows to avoid my @ when I post the game, so he won't look at that, obviously. All right, so what can Buffalo do? They've gone turnover, long touchdown, turnover, long touchdown. Calvin Tyrell, have yourself a day already. He had himself a big first half. I mean, look at this. 5 receptions, 161 yards, and 2 tutties. Arch. All right. And he's yamming it deep again, this time out of bounds. Arch Manning struggled there. Maybe that was the wind or the rain, not really sure. They hand it off Apollo Ames up the middle. He's finally finding some room to run, and that's what Apollo Ames does. He's not that high of an overall, but he somehow just breaks off massive runs every game day. All right, hands it off. No. Manning keeps it. Robbie Tyson, the defensive tackle on the tackle there. Antoine gets a jet sweep, 98 speed. Can he find the edge? He does! Antoine Randall inside the 5. 30 yards. Big play for Randall. That's how you should utilize him. All right, Buffalo. 1st and goal. Apollo Ames up the middle, and he gets smoked by Josh Gumbo. The big run stopper stuffs him. 2nd and goal. Can Georgia Southern get another stop here inside the 5? They're going to run some quick option, and Apollo Ames once again. -5 yards. Brooks Clint now. The SFA players coming up clutch. You have Josh Gumbo and now Brooks Clint. Can they stuff him again? 3rd and goal from the 6. 4 wide. They are going to throw it here. They bring a blitz. Wide open man. Touchdown, Eric Decker. I don't know. Was his foot on the line out there? All right. So Buffalo responds now. Yeah, definitely they brought the blitz, so not perfect coverage at all. All right, let's see what Sammy Watkins. No, this is not him. This is Brooks Clint on the return. So after a opening drive touchdown, Buffalo immediately responds. All right, so let's see if Georgia Southern can keep that momentum going. Josh Johnson. All right, he finds a little room. Brought down by Salas. And I believe that as we get an out throw here, a beautiful throw by Josh Johnson. No, they call it incomplete. Wow. But I do believe Josh Johnson is the first ever player to be on 3 different SFA coach rosters. We've had Kyle White, who's been on 4 different teams, but Josh Johnson was recruited by McNasty and was his backup. Then he was the starter for Hawk for a year, and now he is with Coco. So definitely a cool title to have, as now we get a QB draw, and he goes for 7. All right, so Georgia Southern looks to have settled into this game, not making as many of those terrible mistakes anymore. And there it is, J.J. Young in the middle. Yeah, you find those cool little stories in the SFA all the time. As we get a risky throw, oh my. Speaking of terrible decisions. 3 men in his face, and he throws that screen pass. Luckily, that was not a touchdown the other way. As J.J. Young now in motion, they're going to give him the jet sweep. He breaks that tackle. Not sure where the blocking was. If he would have gotten that block, he could have been still running. All right, so rough 2 plays in a row here. Might stall this drive out. 3rd and 10. They run some hitches, and they can't get there. Our 4th and 4. Are they going to decide to go for this? Kind of a no man's land. And they are! Aggressive call from Coco inside the 40. And now they have a bunch set on the left side. 4th and 4. They're 1 for 2. Over the middle. Oh my, what a play. J.J. Young brings it in. He dropped the first one. That one was scary over the middle. About 3 or 4 men right in the area. And that was just fit in so crispy. Josh Johnson gets it off to Sammy Watkins. He has some room. Sammy Watkins, touchdown, Georgia Southern. 4th down conversion into a long touchdown. This is a great game so far. Sammy Watkins as an RB1, I did not know I needed it. Sammy Watkins needs to be a yeah. I'll put him at RB1 after this. Antoine Randall. Oh my, we got a game brewing here. So, okay. So if everything keeps going the way it's going, they had touchdown, pick, touchdown, fumble. They just had a touchdown, so now we're due for a Buffalo turnover. That was such a crazy play too, because it looked like it was going to be a deflection. It somehow gets in there, and then someone gets just enough of the defender to spring Calvin Tyrell. That's one of those few times where you have a play in a video game that looks so close to like a real life play. All right, they come out in this full house set now. Triple option here from Arch. He flips it to Apollo. 1st down, Buffalo. Yeah, which team are you going to get the Sammy Watkins jersey from? Or sorry, which team that he wasn't a practice squad player? All right. So they're loving this little full house set. Paulo aims up the middle. Oh my, yeah, that has to be Kyle Brookins over there. Big hit. Third and 5 now. Can Georgia Southern get off the field? Arch has some time. Dumps that off to Apollo. That's going to be a first down. Just giving Arch Manning too much time back there. Maybe when he was a freshman that would have worked, but not as when he's a 90-plus overall. Brooks Clint on the tackle. All right, quick option, and he gets smoked. Miles Winslow, baby. Big hit. Yeah, sometimes, I mean, a lot of times we get a dud game day. Sometimes, though, you get something that's so great. This is shaping up to be a good ending. As we got Archie sacked! Oh, and it's fumbled! And picked up by Buffalo. They retain possession. But Josh Gumbo, I believe, or no, they're saying it was Winslow. Oh, Josh Gumbo pushed him over. The big man, Josh Gumbo, and that must hurt like 330 pounds on your dome. So a third and long now for Buffalo. They just dump it. Oh my God, Arch! Oh, Arch almost threw the game away, but they got a drop. And that's why you're not playing right wide receiver, my guy. Pinstripe was not cooking on that play. Holy shit. I almost sharded on that one. If that would have been a pick six, I would have been... Dude, this stupid 17-point comeback has me rooting for Georgia Southern. Stop it. Why am I rooting for Coco? All right, as we're just under 11 minutes left in game day, tied at 24. We've gotten to 24-24 in such an odd way. Now Josh Johnson's running, and Barney Fish delivers a hit. He's not known for the hit stick, but he gives him a nice one. He got burnt for the touchdown, so he's probably very angry. The Team of the Year safety had 2 pick sixes last year, one against Michigan State on game day. He's had a terrible game today. 2nd and 3. Josh Johnson, and a first down, J.J. Young. J.J. Young kind of taking over the middle of the field. They do have Patrick Carey, but the middle linebacker Salas is not that high of an overall. I'm sure his coverage is not that great, so J.J. Young is just in the middle of the field eating it up. And Josh Johnson keeps it, and he gets hit 4 yards. Eddie Piper makes his 10th tackle. The big hitting free safety. All right, they're threatening Buffalo territory, 2nd and 6. And they're going to run a slip screen to Sammy Watkins. And he stiffies a man. 3rd and short. They're just going to go outside run to Sammy Watkins, and he runs and gets that first down, running awkwardly there. It looked like he was gearing up for a stiffy, but no one came, so he's running with an arm out. 35 seconds left in the quarter, threatening. Can Georgia Southern take the lead here? Over the middle, another wide open man. This is Derwin Burgess. And when Josh Johnson has gotten time in the pocket, he is carving this defense up. In the first half, Buffalo got 5 sacks. I don't think they've gotten a sack all half here, outside of like a scrambling one where he like runs into somebody. 1st and 10. Hands it off. Watkins on the counter. 2 yards. Is that going to be the last play here? So as we head to the fourth quarter, we are tied here on game day, 24-24 between Buffalo and Georgia Southern. Buffalo blew a 17-point lead in the first half. Georgia Southern's hanging in there, and they've been the better team in the second half. How will this story end? We flip fields now, 2nd and 8. Quick option, and oh my God, Michael Morse delivers a spear. I'm like John Ross out here. RKO! God damn, Josh Johnson doesn't know what universe he's in right now. 3rd and 12 now. I don't even think Josh Johnson knows where he's at. They just hand it off to Sammy Watkins, and he doesn't get anything. So does that mean they're just taking the field goal? Nice stop by Matt Allen, the 5-star. But Sammy Watkins having himself a day, averaging 7 yards a carry. Definitely feeling the loss of John Elevate. So they bring out the field goal unit. The kick is up, and it's good! Georgia Southern takes their first lead of the ball game. They were down 17-0, tied it up, down 7 again, and now they find themselves up 3 here in the fourth quarter. All the pressure now is on Buffalo. Apollo Ames, Arch Manning, Antoine Randall, Roth. We haven't seen Roth make a play yet. The new tight end from fucking Ohio State. Hadn't done shit. Ty Schultz doesn't have a catch. Who is going to make a play? It's not Apollo Ames there. Josh Gumbo wrecking havoc in the middle. 3 plays in a row. He had a sack. Now he has the TFL. He had the forced fumble. Arch, a counter, lots of room, but Apollo Ames, he was cutting inside. If he stayed outside, he had a ton of room. Ames may not be seeing too well in the rain. He needs some new windshield wipers. 3rd and 5 now for Buffalo. He's yamming it deep. Arch Manning connects. Ty Schultz. First down in double coverage. There he is, wide receiver number 1. And a perfect throw from Arch to get them back in this one. They hurry it up. Dumps that off. Apollo Ames, he has a lot of room. He pushes forward for a first down. First and 10 inside the 20. Arch dumps that off Antoine. He gets tackled immediately. 3rd catch on the day for Antoine. Arch, 14 of 18. He probably would have liked to be throwing it a bit more today. Apollo Ames, wide open hole up the middle, but it is going to be 3rd and short. And we have seen today that Georgia Southern's been able to hold this team quite a few times. Can Georgia Southern get a stop here? 3rd and inches. They are going to throw it. Arch takes off, and he's tripped up. Robbie Tyson, the undersized defensive tackle, sacks him. It was an easy conversion, but he just trips him up. 4th down. And Buffalo's going to have to bring out the field goal unit. What a play by the SFA player. The kick is up, and it's good. Tie ball game. As we get a look, number 3 Georgia on the ropes. We all know how that ends. Lorenzo Pines had one hell of a day. Goddamn, SFA player. Oh, Nate Robinson must have gotten hurt because Milrose is in. So maybe Milrose is going to change the tide. Wink, wink. All right, 27-27. Buffalo's definitely not been very successful in the red zone today. Oh my! Sammy Watkins still going. 30 yards. So all the momentum with Georgia Southern here in the second half, but we're still tied. Buffalo's matching every punch. They're staying in it. The home crowd, though, I haven't really heard them much at all. We got a jet sweep now. This is, I believe, Joseph Lewis. No, TJ Sims, number 80. 7 yards. Probably the 4th or 5th receiver. 2nd and 3, just under 6 minutes left. Possessions are going to start becoming scarce. The score now means everything. Can Josh Johnson escape? He does. He cuts inside. He breaks a tackle. He's still going. Josh Johnson for 18. The man from out west is heating up. He escapes. Dozier cuts inside this corner, or the linebacker, I mean, and he gets 18. He doesn't have amazing speed, but he knows how to run. 1st and 10. Watkins, no, he keeps it again. Josh Johnson, he's met by Eddie Piper. You're not getting away from him. His 11th tackle on the day. No, 13th. So 2nd and 8. We are threatening, though, in Buffalo territory. Hands it off. Sammy Watkins, big hole. 3rd and inches. They did not get the call there on the spot. Sammy Watkins almost up to 150 yards. And all the people who have picked Sammy Watkins in fantasy this season, where he's gotten you like 2 points, and now he's popping off. All right, QB option and 1st down, Josh Johnson. Yeah, he's not quite dictator status. I mean, you got to have the 8 tackles for loss. Tater popping off today. Receiver in motion. That's J.J. Young on a linebacker. Man coverage. Watch out. All right, counter now to Sammy Watkins. Breaks the Barney Fish tackle. Brought down by Salas. Up to 150 yards on the ground. Trips left, 2nd and 7. Time is ticking away fast. This drive is taking a lifetime. Watkins up the middle. He breaks a tackle. Like spears his own man and gets 5. Sammy Watkins having no respect for anyone on the field. 3rd and 2. Just over 3 minutes left here. Sammy Watkins gets the carry. Barney Fish, can he tackle him? No, he can't. 1st down, Georgia Southern. Barney Fish can't make the tackle, and Eddie Piper, once again, he's up to 17. 1st and goal. Over the middle, wide open man. That's Sims inside the 5. Georgia Southern wants to run the clock. 2nd and 4. Salas as well, up to 12. Now they're under center. We don't see this all that much. Watkins fakes it. Goes deep. Overthrown for Derwin Burgess. 3rd and 4. Are we going to get another red zone stop? Allen keeps it. Or Josh Johnson. And that's Ray McNeil finally making an impact, the freshman linebacker. 4th down, once again bringing on the field goal unit to take the lead here in Week 4 game day. I got mixed up. I had the defensive end. So they're just going to run some clock here. Can Georgia Southern take the lead? They do. 30-27 here. 7 minutes left in that game, right? Sweet. So game day's going to end, and I'm going to be able to turn on that game. Perfect. Love to see it. All right, Georgia Southern, they have the lead now. 2 minutes left. We're in BearCave territory now. This is where Arch Manning, this is where your real legacy starts. You can have the stats, you can have a MAC championship, but you got to win your games and you got to perform on game day. They dump it off here. That is the first catch for Graham Roth, the transfer from Ohio State. Inside 2 minutes, plenty of time. Three timeouts left. Plenty of time for Buffalo to run their offense. He floats that one out to Graham Roth again. Only gets about a yard. That was a risky throw. Apollo Ames in motion. Fires that. Ty Schultz over the middle. 13 yards. I just got to kind of say it. This game is just screaming overtime. So we got split back set again. A nice pocket. Arch takes off. He has a ton of room. He's still going. He's hit by two guys, Brooks Clint and the corner. Now they are threatening the Georgia Southern territory now. They float that out to Apollo, and they give him the catch, but it's only 2 yards. Georgia Southern will take those dink and dunks. And they are going to challenge it. I don't think Apollo Ames got a foot in. Let's see. Is that foot down? I don't know. It's if that back foot was down when he made the catch. Did he have control?
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And they say no catch. All right, 2nd and 10. And that's huge because we do not know how, what kind of leg this kicker has. So every yard counts for Buffalo as they dump it off now to Apollo Ames as we are now at 3rd and 7. This could be the game. They come out empty. Arch dumps that over the middle. He overthrows a wide open man. 4th down. And they bring out the kicker. This is a 46-yarder. The kick is up. And it's good. Tie game. Oh my God. What a game we have going here. Arch completely chawns it, but the kicker comes through. No missed kicks here today so far, but plenty of time, honestly, for both teams. A minute left, 3 timeouts on both sides. Both kickers have 3 field goals. What a game, 30-30, a minute left. How will this finish? Coco versus Pinhead. Josh Johnson comes out 4 wide. Wide open J.J. Young in the middle. Patrick Carey on the tackle. Clock is running. Is this one of those games where the team that has the ball last will come up with a win? Clock is running. They're hurrying it up now. Plenty of time, though. 3 timeouts. And Georgia Southern, they're going to run some clock. One of the things we love about the CPU is their great time management. Georgia Southern doesn't seem to think they need all this time. All right. Josh Johnson now. He's yamming it deep. Can he connect? And no! Broken up by George Jordan, the SFA corner. That would have been game over had that connected. 3rd and 5 now. First down and more. Derwin Burgess, and they take a timeout now. 14 seconds left. 18th tackle for Eddie Piper. Johnson. He's going to take off on the ground. He gets some time, and that's another first down. They call a timeout. So still plenty of time to get in field goal range. You have one play. Are they just going to throw it to the end zone a couple times, or are they going to try? Josh Johnson takes off again, and he doesn't get there. The timeout comes out. Will the field goal team come out? No. So we either have overtime or a Hail Mary finish. From the 35-yard line, Johnson back to pass. He throws it deep. And broken up, George Jordan. Back-to-back breakups. We're going to OT. Overtime here in Buffalo. And Buffalo will start on offense. Antoine in motion. He's going to take the handoff. For those just joining us, Buffalo jetted out to an early 17-0 lead. Georgia Southern battled back, and they've been trading punches all second half. And here we are. Arch Manning, he gets hit. Touchdown, Buffalo, Calvin Tyrell. He drags the toes. His third TD of the day, and they're not even going to review it. What a catch. Tyrell is him. So Coco and Georgia Southern now on the ropes. They have to get a touchdown. Johnson. Immediately to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Trading shots back to back. Derwin Burgess ties it up. This feels like a boxing match at this point. This is like at the beginning of a WWE fight where they're just both smashing each other and nobody's getting stunned at all. Who is going to flinch first? Georgia Southern gets the ball right back. Double OT. Johnson finds J.J. Young, and he is hit by Patrick Carey. 2nd and 4. Fake the handoff. No, he flips it to Watson. Oh, my God. Watkins. That was such a risky play. Georgia Southern now 3rd down. Johnson tried to flip it to Sammy, but didn't give him any time. Potentially, that Illinois games was pretty nutty as well. 3rd and 7. And Johnson, he gets it to Sammy Watkins, and it's inches. Buffalo gets a stop. Are they going to bring out the field goal team? They do. Buffalo's going to get off the field. Wait! A penalty again. Another false start on a field goal for Georgia Southern, the 2nd of the game. So now they definitely are not going for this. Is this going to impact the kick to take the lead? Off the upright and in. Georgia Southern takes a 3-point lead for now. Off the upright. Double OT. Buffalo wins with a touchdown. Ties with a field goal. Arch Manning throws at Antoine outside for 4. So Buffalo has a chance to walk it off. Yes, that was a doink. Hands it off. Apollo Ames up the middle. 3rd and 5. Georgia Southern. Can the defense come through yet again, time and time again? Josh Gumbo in the middle. Brooks Clint. Can someone make a play? Keep this game going. Arch. He has time. Over the middle. Touchdown, Buffalo! Ty Schultz, and they walk it off here at home. Buffalo avoids the upset. A laser from Arch Manning, and Buffalo is going to 2-0. Georgia Southern played one hell of a game today, but just not enough. What an epic performance. Calvin Tyrell, 6 receptions, 181 yards, and 3 touchdowns, and Buffalo escapes. (43-40). My God. What a game. I thought they were going to get off the field. For those of you newcomers, the longest SFA game in history was an SEC championship. 5 overtimes between Georgia and Oklahoma in season 9, I think it was. So 2 overtimes isn't 5, but still one hell of a game. This one, outside like the first quarter, when it was 17-0, this was like an edge-of-the-seat type of game the whole way through. I'm definitely going to be putting this out on the spreadsheet for greatest games of all time. So how I do that is anytime there's a game like this, I put it up there, and then at the end of the season, I'll reevaluate and delete a game or two if I need to, because obviously as time goes on, sometimes a game isn't as good as you thought it was. But this game was crazy. Sammy Watkins, RB1. Calvin Tyrell just taking over. Multiple Arch Manning chawns. Like, Arch Manning, 5 touchdowns and an interception. It didn't seem like he had this good of a game. Paulo Ames just didn't play the way he normally does. Tyrell, 3 touchdowns. Holy hell. 9 pancakes for Calvin Tyrell as a wide receiver. Holy Toledo, that tight end. Eddie Piper, 18. He had 2 sacks, a sack here. And then let's check out. I mean, I told you Josh Johnson would have to have the game of his life. He tried his best. I mean, what else are you going to do? Sammy Watkins coming in clutch. So many big plays. Ooh-wee, this is going to be a fun video to make. Brooks Clint, great. Robbie Tyson having that clutch sack, even though he's undersized. Kyle Brookins didn't really do much today. Josh Gumbo as well. Anytime your SFA players make a lot of plays and you get a close game, that's what this shit's all about. That's such a fun one. Such a hype game. All right, so I'm going to post all the BearCave games, and then I'm going to go into recruiting. So watch out for commits; they will be coming soon. So yeah, let's get this screenshot. All right, and boys and girls, that's week 4 in the books. Craziness, multiple top 10 upsets. Rankings are live. Go voice your opinion. Yeah, big game today. Anyone who watches Gameday, huge shout out to you. Most people watch BearCave and then they don't watch all of Gameday. Don't spoil the game for Pinstripe. And yeah, I will see you guys later.